What's up, everybody? Welcome to podcast. Now, I'm Alex. In this video, I want to talk about Jason Schreier confirming a new Batman game. So this is honestly pretty massive news. Now, I do want to start this video off by saying a couple things. One, I've already recorded, when I'm recording this one right now, I've already recorded another video that's going to go up later today. It's going to be talking about kind of the same thing, not necessarily, more or less how I believe that Batman is still coming, how they are still going to announce it, and how I personally believe they're going to go about that, okay? How, all this E3 talk, yes, disappointing in some regards, but how basically overall I believe they're going to work that Warner Bros. To announce the new Batman game, okay? So that one is going up later today. Check it out when it does. However, again, that is without me knowing this part, this Jason Schreier Twitter report, basically, okay? So I just want to make that very, very clear. Don't comment into that one. Say, hey, Jason Schreier confirmed it, because I already know that, right? So it's pretty much, he wrote a whole article, but this was in addition to it. He didn't put this in the article. He said, more news from me. Warner Bros. Games was planning to do an E3 press conference this year for the first time. So, like how Bethesda's done in the past, how they've kind of stepped into it, all these other companies, to talk about Batman, Harry Potter, and Rocksteady's game, among others. Remains to be seen what they'll do now. Now, again, that remains to be seen what they'll do now. All these people seemingly freaking out, seemingly going crazy. I see some of you guys doing it as well. Please, everybody, I know my voice is higher up there, and I get so energetic. Let's all take a deep breath together. Let's calm down. Okay, again, the second video today, I'm going to be talking about what they will do. So he says remains to be seen what they'll do. I'm going to give you my prediction in that video, and I guarantee you I will be right. And I know that's a very bold statement, but I truly, truly believe in what I tell you guys in that video. But the rest of this, that is massive, massive news. I really don't know how anybody, what's that guy who always comes into the community post that says they aren't making a Batman game, it's a comic book? That guy, anybody else that's been around here, guys, come on. How can a game, what more do you need? I guess, okay, some people are still going to hold out and say, well, it's just a leak, it's just a rumor, it's not Warner Bros. Guys, let me tell you a little story, okay? I don't agree with Jason Schreier on almost anything. Politically, we completely disagree. Just how he thinks on a day-to-day basis, I'm on board with, okay? I'm actually not a huge fan of him as a person at all. In fact, I'd say I'm an anti-fan. But in terms of his reporting, in terms of his knowledge and just being, and really, I'm sure he has some talent. Basically, his power on the internet is the fact that people tell him things and he reports on things. How he got there, that's on him, and I will pat him on the back for that. But that is where I am a huge, huge fan of his. And let me tell you, he is literally the best. For as much as I really don't like him as a person, he is the best person out there. People go to James Sigfield, people go to Sabi, people go to Okami. Okami's a big one too for specific. There's specific leakers that do that are more focused on a specific company or a specific brand or stuff like that. And they're good and bad to various degrees, and we can all debate on that. Jason Schreier is the top. Okay, they all wish they could be as good as he is. And again, I'm not saying they're not as talented. Again, I feel like he just gets told these things, and all he has to do is tell us what he hears without saying certain things, and that's all he does. That's really the only thing that makes him a popular presence on the internet. So it's a love-hate relationship with him, to be honest with you. But I really don't know how you cannot say that there's a Batman game coming, because again, we've heard this before. This is what James Sigfield said a few days ago, but this is what we've always known. E3 press conference, Batman. So I want to just put this under a magnifying glass. Hopefully people realize Jason Schreier just confirmed, and by him, again, it's not Warner Bros., but it's literally as close as you're going to get before it gets to Warner Bros., and this is somebody that you absolutely do trust. He just said that there's a Batman game, so, which we've known. Unless you live under a rock, or unless you've just been horribly, just turned off, and you're like, you know what, I'm not going to believe anything I've heard, even though everybody's saying it, I'm just not going to believe it. Well, then, throw his name in the hat, right, for saying that there's a Batman game. And then also, he just said there's a Harry Potter game, which, again, somebody did ask him a few days ago and say, hey, do you know anything about this Harry Potter game? And he did say yes, so he knows about the Harry Potter game. I'm sure he knew back in 2018, October of 2018. He knows about the Batman game. The Rocksteady, what's interesting is he's not saying what that game is. That, honestly, to me, is insanely interesting. I guess it's like the most interesting while also being the least. I mean, it's not the biggest thing. It's not even something. When you read that, that's not something that maybe you even necessarily think of. I think the first thing you think of is, okay, he's continuing to name drop Harry Potter and Batman. They're coming. They're real. They were supposed to be announced in June. But another thing to definitely think of is the fact that he said Rocksteady's game. It doesn't say, hey, the Suicide Squad game from Rocksteady. It doesn't say the Justice League game from Rocksteady. It's just Rocksteady's game. So maybe they haven't told him. Maybe he has been told, but he's been told, hey, you are absolutely not allowed. We're done with you if you're going to say the name. I feel like that's honestly the case where he knows what it is, but he just can't say it because that would be like an absolute no-no. But that is... I mean, I don't know how many times I can say the word massive. It's big. It honestly is really big. Now, again, I know the number one thing people are going to jump to is, well, this is what was going to happen, and now it's not. So is he saying it now because there's no hope that it's going to be announced and that, these things are going to get pushed? And again, even he says remains to be seen what they'll do now, stuff like that. Okay, I get it. I get why it's a little bit of a panicky, a worrying time. I'm not one to necessarily do that. I've always tried to remain very optimistic, very, kind of on their side while also being very, very critical of them, right? Warner Bros. In general. But I've always been very optimistic about it. And again, I'm going to tell you, and I tell you in the next video, it's coming. It doesn't matter that there's no E3. E3, yes, was canceled because of the thing going around, but there's many other reasons why it probably should have been canceled. There's many reasons why you probably won't see it again next year. There's a lot. There honestly is a lot. And again, like I say in the next video, there's a lot that they can do, all these companies, without E3. And they're all going to realize that it's better off that there is no E3, that they can actually do more and show off more games and have the spotlight on them and all of that kind of stuff. You can do that better now than you could at an E3. So, again, the first part of it is just definitely more excitement. I really don't see how you don't get excited over that. Again, I mean, I get it. I guess I do see. Because there are, again, I know there's the camp of people saying that they will. I mean, I honestly feel like there's a camp of people that when Warner Bros. Announces it, they'll say, that's fake. That's not real. That's not the real Warner Bros. I'm waiting for the really real Warner Bros. To announce. Or I'm waiting. There is some people that say, I'm waiting for it to be delivered to my house. I'm waiting to play the game because until the game is in my hand at my house, the game doesn't even exist. There actually were some people that have said that to me in the past, that until the game is in your house, in your console, the game isn't real. The game is, I mean, that's absolutely, I'm making fun of them if you guys didn't get the joke. That's absolutely ridiculous. And so I guess I get it that some people will not budge until the game is formally announced by Warner Bros. But then, taking that to a more hysterical level is they probably wouldn't even believe that. But at this point, you have all of those leakers that some people had believed in for the longest time. I've been very skeptical of a lot of the leaks that have come out, or not necessarily the leaks, but the leakers that have said stuff about this Batman game. I've been very, very skeptical. I've been very harsh on them, but it's because I want the truth. I really want info on it, and I want it as quickly as we possibly can. Again, I don't want to force them. I'm not rushing them, stuff like that. Everybody kind of already knows that at this point. But again, those were those people. And now we're at Jason Schreier, which is very different because he's literally the top dog. I'm not saying other people are envious of him, but they're all in their own kind of cliques, right, in the gaming world, in the movie industry, all this kind of stuff. But he's literally the top, okay? If you want something breaking, every single year, basically, there's an Assassin's Creed game. He always leaks the entire thing out before Ubisoft even talks about it. So his record is nearly perfect. I would go so far to say. So if he says it, it's happening. Batman, obviously, another thing to say it's real. Harry Potter, even, another thing to say it's real. Rocksteady's game. Again, very, very exciting. Goes back to what we talked about yesterday and how should they announce these three games. Now we have even more confirmation. Like, hey, these three games, the three titans, the three games that we, as a channel even, have really focused a lot of our time and energy on, and you guys have rallied around us. They are coming. They're coming super fast. They're all coming at once, which is probably a bad idea, but they're all coming. And yes, now there's no E3. And everybody's speculating, what are they going to do? Is it not going to happen? Is it going to get pushed? No. Okay, they're going to all have online things. Maybe and I've seen people say, and I said it too in past videos, they could partner with other people, right? Maybe they work out a deal with Sony. Maybe they show one of the games at a State of Play. Maybe they show the other one at a Microsoft event. I don't know. Or, I mean, I really They could do that, and I wouldn't be shocked if they did that. I would honestly just go along the path of just have your own thing, have it be 30 minutes long, show the trailers for Harry Potter, and I say this in the next video, so there is going to be a little bit of repetitiveness. Show the trailer for Harry Potter, show the trailer for Rocksteady. At that point, hopefully you already would have announced Batman, but if not, show the trailer for Batman, and then because Batman's the first game coming out, right? You assume Harry Potter and Rocksteady's game are in 2021. Show gameplay. Show a long segment of gameplay from Batman. Give us a lot of information on Batman. Show Monolith's game. Show a Superman game if you're going to do it. Show 5-6 games. Take half an hour of your time. Have the whole day dedicated to it. Everybody's watching. Literally everybody will be watching you. You'll have the whole day to yourself. You'll have the spotlight. You can't get that at E3. You will not get that at E3. And so, again, why is it better that E3 is gone? Because what I just said can realistically now happen. And that's probably not even the best case scenario. I think the best case scenario would be something a little bit different. But really, it's all, like I keep saying, all of these videos, because I want people to really get this, it's good news. It's good news. We don't need to panic. We don't need to freak out. Everything's okay. We're in a really, really good spot. We just have honestly, we have a little bit more waiting to do. Because even if you think about it, if that's true, if they were really going to announce Batman at E3, that is 3 months away. That would have been 3 months from, actually a little less than 3 months at this point, okay? So those teaser images, they got to be coming. In fact, they have to be coming in March, at least a couple of them, because now you start thinking, okay, well, maybe late May, early June, they still show Batman, so we got to get those teaser images. So everybody, keep your eyes open. Stuff like this could force them into doing something earlier than they want to. I don't necessarily believe in that, but you never know, because it could. It could. I don't think it will, but it definitely could. So everybody keep your eyes and ears peeled. See if you see anything on social media. Discord, the link is always in the description. Twitter, the link is always in the description. Make sure you guys are subscribed. Obviously, have the bell icon rung so you guys know when these videos go up. You guys absolutely rock. You guys are an amazing, amazing community. I'm greatly appreciative that we have all of you guys here. I hope to see you all on the next video.